up? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Respect the Court. I am your host, Otto, and here we are, January 22nd into 2025. We are, and first and foremost, wild times in the state of Louisiana, also in parts of Texas and Florida with the crazy snowstorm that happened. Games were getting canceled left and right. I just hope that people are safe and that there are no inadvertent injuries or mishaps that happen. Be safe out there. Stay warm. Do what you can. Gearing up for the end of January, getting ready for the All-Star break, all this other stuff. Although we got plenty of time, but I'm here thinking, we've got two best teams in the East and the West that I've mentioned about before in other episodes with Cleveland and OKC, and much respect to that, and they deserve to be noticed. And all the other teams that I talked about in other episodes that deserve to be noticed for their output and their great basketball that they've been displaying. But I started thinking to myself, Boston Celtics. And now I'm putting this out there. I am not a Boston Celtics fan. If you've been listening to my channel long enough, I am a Warriors fan. Been that way since I was 10, 11 years old. So that's that. But I do have to say this. You look at the storylines throughout the season thus far, and in terms of just these guys repeating as champions and just to talk about the Boston Celtics throughout their season thus far, and there hasn't been much, right? You don't feel that the media world pertaining to basketball really talks about the champs here and now. You don't see it in the media. Like, we talk about all these other things, right? We're going to talk about LeBron, of course, because he's still going at age 40. We're going to talk about Steph. We're going to talk about all these other teams that are doing good. But you sit there and say to yourself, like, hold on. Like, isn't Boston still the champs? Last time I checked, they're still the champs. And until someone says otherwise, I think we should respect them as such. And yeah, it just seems weird. Do I feel they are the most disrespected NBA champion of all times? No. But one would have to think that it just seems weird that we're at this point and this is not happening. Like, are you serious right now? Like, we're really not talking about Boston? And, okay, I get it. They do shoot a lot of threes. There is that. But it's part of their game now. And Joe Mazzulla, I feel he's a great coach. Do you hear him talked about enough? Probably not. But they're doing their thing. Slow, steady, quiet. Their record is good. Do I expect them to be 39-2 right now? No. I don't think anyone would. That would be ridiculous. And I think after you've won your first championship, and especially after that championship with people thinking that you're going to repeat, you still have to kind of get through the season. And any past team that has won a championship knows, like, it's a marathon. You just got to get through it. And a lot of times it's just like, you're going to play bad teams. And I get it. It's hard to show up for bad teams, but you got to handle business, and you are in a point where you're like, can we just get to April? Can we just get to April, get to these playoffs so we can play like basketball for real, like really get into the nitty-gritty. So I get it. But again, it just feels weird. Just as a person that has watched basketball for all these years, that has played basketball, you don't see that same level of respect for this Boston Celtics team in the media as you would other NBA champions in prior years, prior decades. It's just odd to me. It's weird. But the one wild thing is they're still heavily favored to win the NBA championship, which that's cool. I think if I take a quick look at Fox Sports for the 2024-2025 NBA championship odds, they are still at the top. Odds to win it is a plus 240. Thunder right underneath them at a plus 250, which is quite incredible. Considering the fact that they were the number one seed last season in the West, and they didn't get past the second round. But anyhow, that was last season. I ain't worried about that. This is about this season. And but you know what? Let's go over this. Let's dive into this some more in terms of the odds. So I said Celtics were number one, plus 240. Thunder was after that. Cavaliers at plus 700. Like okay, and then after that, this gets interesting. You have the Knicks, the Nuggets, Mavericks, Bucks, Grizzlies, the Timberwolves, Clippers, Suns, Lakers, Rockets, Warriors. And then the Suns through the Warriors, they are a plus 4,000, which I'm not surprised. But it is interesting to see that the Rockets are at plus 4,000, considering the way they've been playing. I find that incredible. Now, this was updated today. Today at 12:42 Pacific Eastern Time. So I find that incredibly interesting that the Rockets are so low, considering how well they have played. Even the Timberwolves are higher than I would expect, considering how they've been playing thus far. Even the Suns, I wouldn't have them as high as they are right now. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah. So you got the Mavericks at plus 1,800. All right, cool, which makes sense. I mean, they were in the finals last year. But, like I always say, last year is a different story. But, yeah, it's just weird. Anyhow, but, yeah, those are my thoughts. I just think it's strange. Celtics, they are the champs, but they're just not getting that. I feel they're just not getting that love that they deserve for, their accomplishments. But I guess as they say, when the new season starts at 0-0, you just go from there, right? But as far as I'm concerned, you got to respect the champs. You got to respect the champs. Until someone defeats them and says otherwise, they're still the champs. All right, that's it for me. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.